afternoon, Professor. My name is Matheus Leonard. Currently, I want to fulfill the requirement for Advanced Intelligent System course, and I bring the presentation which is entitled Deep Learning for Abnormal Human Behavior Detection in Surveillance Videos, which is a survey. So the background is the first need for improved security, and then existing methods face data scarcity and inconsistent results. Data scarcity, it means that we don't have enough data to training the model. And then the last explores new deep learning techniques to improve detection. So for deep learning approaches, as we know, it's divided into four basic methods, which is fully supervised learning, semi-supervised learning, weak supervised learning, and unsupervised learning. And for fully supervised data, we know that 100% it's labeled data and 0% unlabeled data. Next, we also have unsupervised learning, which is 0% labeled data and 100% it's unlabeled data. Okay, so how about the semi-supervised learning and weak supervised learning? A bit confusing because in semi-supervised data, between 0 until 100% it's labeled data, and also 0 until 100% it's unlabeled data. We can divide it into two sections, which is labeled data and unlabeled data. However, for weak supervised data, it's same between 0 until 100% for labeled and unlabeled data. Okay, so is the semi and weak supervised learning are same? The answer is it's not same. Okay. So what's different? For semi-supervised learning, it uses the mix of labeled and unlabeled data. So the model learns from a small amount of labeled data and uses prediction on the unlabeled data to improve. And how about weak supervised? The model uses imprecise or noisy labels to make a good prediction even with these less accurate labels. We will see the animation. So the first one is semi-supervised learning. Let's say we have labeled and unlabeled data. Here, this is lion. So we conducted the model here to using labeled data, and the model will try to inverse labels to the unlabeled data. As a result, the model will create a temporary labeled data, or we can say pseudo labeling here. After that, the labeled and temporary labeled data, it's together trained into the model, and then the model will infer new unlabeled data here and make a new temporary labeled, and so on. The looping will be continued. So the model learns from a small amount of labeled data from here and use the prediction on the unlabeled data to improve itself. Next, so how about weak supervised learning? Basically, weak supervised and semi-supervised are a bit same if we look from the labeled data and unlabeled data and something else. However, the difference is here. In weak supervised learning, we have the noisy labeled data, which means we have the precondition of labeled. So there is labeled, but maybe it's not accurate, maybe it's noisy, and it's not so accurate like the labeled data. The first, the model train use the labeled data, and then the model try to correct the labels. Here, this is the noisy label into the corrected label as a green border, like this one. Once again, the model was trained using labeled and corrected labeled data. We gather the labeled here and the corrected label as the one dataset to train again the model. And there is a new noisy labeled data here, which is not cover the whole body. It's only detect the face here. Again, the model correct the labels, as we can see that the label is corrected into the whole body of the lion. So the conclusion is the model learns to make good prediction even with these less accurate labels. So the model tries to make from the less accurate to the more accurate labels, like this. So we back to the graph. How about the semi-supervised learning and weak supervised learning? We cannot mix it, right? Because it's a different concept. So we will include it into the partially supervised learning, which consists of semi-supervised learning and weak supervised learning. What is partially supervised learning? Partially supervised learning occurs when both labeled and unlabeled data are available, which is cited from IEEE Transaction on System, Man and Cybernetics, Part B, in 1997. So the main concepts of partially supervised learning, we have labeled data here. The labeled data act as the anchor points for the training and the prediction phase, the anchor, like the reference, with the unlabeled data or noisy labeled data. So the labeled data will be the reference for the unlabeled data and the noisy labeled data. The advantages of partially supervised learning. The first is extension. We know that we can extend the labeled data with minimal supervision. We know that the human resources is very limited, so we can extend by automatically using partially supervised learning. Also the second, it's adaptability. The model can quickly adapt its model to the recent data. We know that the data is really evolve time by time, so we need the adaptability skills for that. And then efficiency, so we can reduce the time and human effort for data labeling. Also for the performance, the model can perform well with limited training data. And also the management, we can effectively manage data scarcity by optimizing performance even with the limited training data. And last, detection. The partially supervised learning enables fast video sequence detection and also enables to detect the abnormal behavior detection very fast. And how about the disadvantages? The anchor. We know that the labeled data will be the anchor for the unlabeled or noisy labeled data. However, extends labeled data with minimal supervision, it's very dangerous if the anchor data is false. So we need to recheck is that the labeled data or the new labeled data it's correct or not as the anchor. The second is interpretability. The model makes it difficult to understand and explain how the model makes decisions. Because of what? Because we have the limited training data, so sometimes the model have the low interpretability rather than the fully supervised learning. And the last, the efficiency. Maybe the model struggles with the precise fine detail accuracy. So to improve the accuracy, we must doing the more looping to train the model, and then make sure that the data will increase very carefully and very good. For the applications, the first one is fire detection, and then we can also do the running detection. And from this one, for detection, we can create the bounding boxes here. And the crowd detection, this is the crowd, and we can create the bounding boxes from the partially supervised learning and detect the crowd. And then throwing suspicious objects from the car here. So let's say the objects it's throwing from inside the car, and the objects will detect it, which is the minimal human intervention. And then trespassing detection. Trespassing, it's the condition when the person it's entering the prohibit area like this. This is the railway station here, and this is the railway. And this is very dangerous because suddenly maybe the train will come and then suddenly hit the human in the middle, so we need the trespassing detection. This is the example of trespassing detection without human intervention example. As we know that this is the human walking here, this is the prohibit area, and the human try to enter this prohibit area by breaking the door, as we can see here. So the question is how we can detect the human here without continuing seeing this guy, because we know that the CCTV staff may be busy or have another aspects to detect. Like we know the city with a lot of CCTV, it's installed by every point here, and with the AI, or we can say partially supervised learning, the model can detect this guy, and in the next seconds will be detected here. Yeah, this is intrusion detection. So the bounding box will created without human intervention. So if abnormal behavior is detected too late, it's very dangerous. Next, I will show you the video how the baby is climbing up from the bed and nobody can detect, especially from the CCTV, because we don't have the AI or the model, and we don't have the partially supervised learning. Let's watch the video.
Allie?
Allie?
Is Allie upstairs?
No.
She's not upstairs. Allie? Allie?
Dad? Dad? Christy?
Where have you been?
Oh my god, I'm so sorry.
What happened?
I'm so sorry, I got locked out.
Why would you even answer the door to somebody just knock and just open the door?
No, I thought.
Did you look outside to see who it was?
Yes, I couldn't. But that's the thing. See, I couldn't see anybody, and I thought that like.
If you don't see anybody, then you don't go outside. Your little brother was upstairs by himself,
I know. I was freaking out.
right?
I know. I didn't. I never. I swear to God, I never would have done that.
Wait, I don't understand. What
It
happened?
wasn't an accident because something slammed the door behind me.
What
You
do
were
mean
worried
something
sick-
slammed the door? Wait, just...
I took a nap and I heard somebody calling my name.
What?
I felt something, like somebody was calling my name, and I felt somebody there.
Are you sure you weren't just dreaming?
You weren't there, you didn't feel it.
The wind blew the door
There
closed.
wasn't any wind.
All right?
Sorry.
And I don't want to hear any more of this
Dad.
haunted house crap, okay? That's enough. You guys are driving me crazy. End of story.
So after watching the video, we can see that there are three cases that we can learn from the video. The first one, it's the baby got out from the bed as if something was pulling them. So from the video, the baby suddenly like hanging pose, like here, and it was not detected by anyone, right? Because CCTV just showed the video and no one right there. So that's why we need the partially supervised learning. This is the new case, so we can temporarily label like this one. This is the anomaly, but we don't know what's the class it's, what's the event is that. So this is very important. Second case, the baby climbed the stairs as if in a falling pose, like here. If we have the model which is can detect the fall, it will be detected as a fall detection, fall class. And the baby would definitely be detected even if it was noisy and not very accurate. But at least we have the noise labeled, which is stated as fall. This is called as with supervised learning. This is very important too. And the third case, the dad said that, but if you don't see anybody, then don't go outside. But yeah, you know that humans are very busy and have a lot of things to do. So humans can become tired and may not detect abnormal events around them. So yeah, we need deep learning assistance like that. Now we will talk the trends. This is the graph of number of publication on deep learning for abnormal human behavior detection over the past 5 years, within 2019 and 2023 here. So in 2019 we have 145 papers, and it's keep increasing until 2023, which is over 420. This shows that the field of abnormal human behavior detection, it's really emerging right now, and will still increasing until next year. So we come to the conclusions. The first one is partially supervised learning can address data scarcity with minimal supervision. We need the minimal supervision to prevent the unnecessary event, like the human cannot detect something strange and something else. Second, it's balance between fully supervised and unsupervised methods. We know that fully supervised is very exhaustive human resource, so it's very tired to label the data one by one. And also for the unsupervised methods, it's really not have the anchor point, so we cannot do the labeled data as the reference. It's totally by detecting the pattern, so it's really hard, and partially supervised learning can handle that. And the last, provides a more resource efficient approach compared to fully supervised learning. Why? Because we have a lot of resource outside there, but the problem is we don't have labeled, and we don't have the resource to label the data. And yeah, this is the conclusion of this paper. Okay, so for the future works, the first, to improve interpretability by developing more accurate methods to predict abnormal human behavior. And then we can also implement a robust pre-processing phase to handle noisy anchor data, because we know that the anchor data is very crucial to training the next phase of the model. And then the third one, it's enhanced pixel level detection techniques to ensure the capture of crucial details for abnormal human behavior detection. Pixel level means that we know that noise label is very disturbing, so we need the pixel level detection for the future. For the last, we can design the classifiers that effectively integrate object pixel information for more precise detection results. And maybe in the future, we can detect the lot of small objects by only detecting the pixel level. That's all for my presentation. So I hope it can be give the insights for the new methods, which is called tertiary supervised learning, which is includes the confusion of us between semi-supervised learning and weak supervised learning. And also maybe this paper can be contributed in the future to more accurate detecting the abnormal human behavior, and also how to preprocess the data, a lot of data outside there, but the minimum human intervention must be applied to process those data. That's all for me. Thank you.